Alright, let's just jump right into it this time around. The case file number is 1938. This was filed under the alias of Smiley Attack. The case title is Dear Mrs. Pearson. Date of recording is January 8th, 2020. Beginning audio dramatization for the records in 3, 2, 1. It was a typical Friday morning. I dropped the kids off at school, grabbed the mail, and went home to try and work on my newest piece of writing. Had it not been for that distinctive blue stamp on the envelope, I would have assumed it junk mail, tossed it on the counter, and continued on with my morning routine. But curiosity got the best of me, and I tore open the envelope and began reading. My heart sank. Dear Mrs. Pearson, while we're two complete strangers, I feel a connection between you and I. While you don't know my name, I'm sure you know of my presence in your town over the past few months. It'd be impossible not to. The 9 killings that have arisen over the last 3 months have put everyone in town on edge, it seems. And I'm sure that includes yourself, but you had no reason to be. At least, not until now. Mrs. Pearson, to be quite blunt, I am writing to inform you of your death. Now, I'm sure you're in shock. All my letter recipients normally are. But please, use your time wisely. You have 24 hours left by the time you read this. That should give you plenty of time to arrange your affairs and say goodbye to your children. So I'll try to make this as understandable as I can. Everyone has skeletons, Mrs. Pearson. No one is innocent. Not even you. Through my short time in this town, I've killed child molesters, drug dealers, white supremacists. I've watched the news portray these scum as victims and treat them like saints when they meet their demise. But I see them as who they truly are. All this time, those people were unnoticed by the eyes of the law. But they're not unnoticed by me. So I have to punish them my own way, through death. I'm not like other killers, Mrs. Pearson. I take an interest in my prey. I investigate them. I give myself a damn good reason to kill. And with you, I think I found it. Because we both know your husband's death was no accident. I know every little detail. I know about your failing writing career and your financial instability because of it. I know your husband threatened to leave you and take the kids because you obsessed over making the perfect story. I know you convinced your husband to go on the camping trip with hopes of it rekindling your relationship, promising to change. But you knew all along what you were there for. When you came back with a missing husband, the local media gave you wall-to-wall coverage, and you loved every second of it. No one suspected a thing, not even when they found his body on the shorelines, not even when you released your book about a life without him. No one had a lick of suspicion towards you. You were just a widow in distress, but I saw through your mask like I do everyone else's, and that's why I'm coming for you. You have 24 hours. See you soon. Before I continued, I suppose I owe an explanation for everything. All my life I'd adore the idea of creating characters and a world to inhabit them. I would take online courses, write in forums, even publish anonymous stories in my high school paper. But everything I tried just wasn't good enough. Even after receiving as much hate as I did, I still pursued it in high hopes of getting better, but never did. So when I met Jason, I expressed my love for writing, and throughout the years, he supported me unconditionally. Even after the many failed book attempts, I still continued writing even after our first child and second, which would cause hiccups now and then, but would go off unhinged for the most part. Although throughout the years, I would obsess over making the perfect story. I'd have these moments where I'd space out and it would just be me, my computer, and a blank screen. You need to take a break on writing and look for a job, Jen. We can't keep doing this. That once encouraging man was now 5 years older, with 2 kids, a wife with a failing writing career, who was sinking with $40,000 in debt. I have a story coming, Jason. It'll be a hit. Hold some bills back. It'll work out. It always does.
No, Jen, listen. I want a divorce. I want to take the kids. I'm tired of this. You'd rather dedicate your life sitting in that chair typing away at keys than spending it with us. Jen, it's like the kids barely have a mom.
The words came out without hesitation, and I knew he meant it. I'm not sure what happened to me after that. Maybe I saw who he really was, an arrogant asshole, out for no one but himself. Either way, I was furious, but I kept calm face, promising we could work it out if we took a trip up north. So in those days following, I constructed it all. The murder plot where I drowned him in the river after knocking him out. The story that I told police where we lost each other in the rainstorm. The book about his sudden disappearance. This was all part of my plan, and it went over for months. News interviews, detective interviews, but no one suspected me. After they found his body, I was sure I would wake one morning to the police busting down my door, but it never happened. After I opened the letter, everything was a blur. The last thing I remember was grabbing the pistol and some ammo out of the gun safe and speeding towards my kid's school. I was hysterical as I barged into the main office screaming there was a family emergency and they needed to leave. They were confused to say the least, but telling them mommy was being hunted down wasn't on my agenda. Luckily though, they didn't ask too many questions. As of right now, the kids are asleep. We settled down at a cheap little motel in the middle of the God knows where. Either way, it's giving the kids a break from the confusion, and it's giving me enough time to jot this all down. My time seems to be running short though. According to the clock, I have about 8 hours left. After that, I'm not sure what will happen. But for now, I'll just be here, gun in hand, waiting for someone to bust through that door. The note ends there. This is one I wanted to get down sooner than later because it is one I remember. These are unfortunately the problems of a dead woman. Whoever took her life, whatever obsession they had with justice, they were true to their word. The children were tied up, but unharmed, and, well, it seemed quick at least. These are the April tapes, and this is Detective Rama signing off.